noch nebenbei darauf hin. Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to our JEF hangout on the game-changing Spanish general elections. And I don't know why the camera isn't switching, whatever. And I have 5 guests today, which is really nice, all from Spain, although one living in Germany, also a third. And I would like to introduce myself at first, and then I will present you our guest speakers today. So my name is Sylvia, and I'm a member of the JEF Germany board, and I have been in Spain before, in 2013, and did my Erasmus there, so I know a little bit about Spain. I studied political science for a semester. I was being in Madrid, and I already noticed some changes, but I'm curious to hear about yours, and I'm looking forward to hear your voices on the Spanish elections. So first we have Cesc. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hello.
Yes. Hi, my name is Cesc Mainza. I'm from Palma de Mallorca in the Balearic Island. I'm a member of JEF, president of JEF in the Balearic Islands, as well as member of the Federal Council of JEF Spain. I've also been involved in party politics for 4.5 years until very recently in the regional party MES per Mallorca, regional Socialist Party in the Balearic Island. And well, I think I'm 22 years old, and I'm a historian. I've got a degree in history from the University of the Balearic Islands.
All right, thank you. And next one we have Oliver. Are you here with us? Oliver, we can't hear you. You're on silent. Till, did you put him on silent? So we can't hear you right now, Oliver. I'm sorry. Maybe we can continue with Julia, who's also gone. Okay. So we're continuing with Marta.
Hi everyone, thank you to all of you to inviting me to this interesting conversation. I am Marta Junqué, I am from Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain, and regarding JEF, I'm working with JEF Catalonia, and I'm also JEF Structured Dialogue Ambassador in the European Commission. And in the last Federal Committee, or last Congress of JEF Europe, I got elected as a member of the Federal Committee. I study political science. I am an activist, and I'm working with different parties in Catalonia and Spain that usually they are social democrats or left. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. I think we have lost some people. Oliver, maybe we can try to get back at you later because we can't hear you. So for now, I would like to introduce Schuster. Right?
Well done. That's right. Yeah. And introduce myself now. Well, yeah, that's my name, Xurxu. That's a Galician name. I come from Galicia. My hometown is called Vigo, which is the biggest city in the region. And well, I'm not related to any political party. I have never been, and probably I won't be in the future as well. I'm more interested in civil initiatives. Yeah, and I'm more active in. Can you hear me? because I don't hear anything else now, right now.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Sorry, fine. Fine, because suddenly I couldn't hear anything else and I thought I was talking without, I mean, for nobody. Well, yeah, and what I do mostly is just write, writing a lot and in forums, in internet, in digital media, digital newspapers and blogs and social medias. And yeah, that's what I do. That's my most engagement, and then I have some projects about ecology and things like that. Yeah, but anyway, far away from the political parties. And as studies, I studied Spanish philology. That's Spanish culture and literature and language, and that's what I studied. But I'm translator from profession. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Last but not least, we have Oliver. I think you might be able to speak now if you put yourself off silent. No, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. I think you're still put on silent. Doesn't work. Okay, so Oliver is the head of JEF Spain. I think you might know them and you might know him. But we will continue and maybe it will work later on. And I would maybe like one of you to just kind of briefly explain to the viewers who is getting elected today, because it's actually a two-chamber system today. So maybe just briefly talk about what are the general elections about in Spain. Maybe Marta? I'm sorry.
No problem. Well, basically today we are celebrating general elections for Spain. It means that we are running for two houses. We could say we are running on the Congress and we are running on the Senate. Not all the senators are chosen today, because it also other senators will be chosen by parliamentarian, but the autonomic parliamentaries. But basically today we are affronting a really challenging moment, because it looks like the current political system of Spain has changed a lot. As we can see, not with real results, but yes, with the polls, we can see that instead of having a bipartite system, it seems that we are getting to a more pluralist system where Podemos, especially, and after it, Ciudadanos are entering strong in the Congress and probably in the Senate. At the moment, we don't have real results yet. We are talking about polls, and the results that are in the media are about 10% of the population. So we need to wait at least 20-30 minutes to have a clear picture about what will be the final result of this night.
Yeah, hopefully we will be getting some sort of final results during our discussion here. And as Marta said, there are two new parties which are becoming quite strong. And I would like to ask you, why do you think there's such a drastic change right now? What kind of reasons are there that especially some sort of, well, I don't want to label them right now, like these parties of Podemos and Ciudadanos are becoming so strong? Maybe Cesc or Joshua?
I could. Do I? Okay, fine. Well, there are in both of the cases different the reasons, in my opinion. Of course, everything that I'm going to say is in my opinion, of course. There are different reasons for the growth of these two parties. In the first case, in the center-right wings party. So they are supposed to be these citizens. This is a party which exists since some years ago already, since 2006, I think. They were born, this party, and they were in the beginning only working in Catalonia, where they were born. I mean, it was a party for Catalonia, and in I think it was in 2014. I mean, since last year or something like that, or maybe 1 year before, they got a big row, no? And well, it was told in some medias and some discussions that this party is supported from some kind of powers, you know, of powers in Spain. I mean, capital powers of big enterprises, or that they have invested money in promoting this party to get so big. No? In the last days, some journals revealed that this party got money even from some enterprises from the USA, from some weapons enterprises which produce weapons. I don't know exactly why, but it's supposed to be true. Nobody from the party has said that was not true. That they got a really big amount of money to get promoted, no, as a donation, I think. So it seems so that they were supported from these powers to get bigger, and it's supposed to be an answer to the growth from Podemos, no, which is the other party from which I wanted to talk now, which was created for the last European elections, and they got a quite good result. I think they got 5 or 4 representatives in the parliament, and from then on they have grown more and more, and they had I think in the polls, in the surveys, until 21 in some times. I think that was in March or something like that. They got really good voting intentions, and yeah, they got in that position more or less now, and we will see today what they succeed finally, no? But the reasons for the raising from this party, which is supposed to be left or center left, it's that the people, mostly the young people, is fed up with the old parties, this two-party system. And then this man, this Pablo Iglesias, which is the leader of this party, he was a famous journalist and politolog. How is that in English? Well, he studied economy and had some a program in the TV, in a small TV, but he got invited to some debates and discussions programs, and they got really famous because he had said things that nobody said until that moment about how the things work and about the corruption in Spain, and he got very popular. In some point he did this party, and well, it's from the young people seen as a real alternative right now, no? So that's more or less how these two parties come. I don't know if anybody wants to add something more, or if I forgot something important.
Maybe if I really like your explanation, maybe what I would like to include also is, as you know, in Spain we had and we have a really strong economic crisis, and it also generates frustration and really difficult moments for a lot of families and young people as well, because we have a really incredible rate of young people in unemployment, and all these economic crises contribute to generate a new movement that at the end they become parties, especially as is Podemos, that as we said before, is a party that comes from the Indignado movement. And apart from that, I would say that apart from the economic crisis, we also had quite a constitutional crisis, or a national crisis in a little bit, especially in Catalonia, because at the moment there are some regions in Spain that they feel that they are not enough represented or enough well treated with the constitutional, with the current constitutional order, and they want to reform, or they even want to leave the country. With all these crises, the more political and the more economical, I think that it's easier to understand why these two groups appear and they break the bipartidism system.
I'd also like to add something to the debate. I think we should also look to the regional perspective. And as you may know, Spain has some other cultural linguistic areas in which previous to the creation of Podemos, some new coalitions, most of the times made of previously existing parties, had gathered some of the vote of people willing to change, with different results in each region. For example, in Galicia, the Alternativa Galega de Izquierda, which had a fairly good result. Compromís in Valencia, which nearly became second force after the Socialist Party, and in a smaller measure, Més per Mallorca in the Balearic Islands, as well as Bildu. And I think that Podemos has had quite a good strategy of creating alliances with some of these forces, and with Compromís in Valencia and with the Mareas in Galicia. So that's what I wanted to point out as well.
Thank you. Yeah, as you said, I think Podemos has right now 3 regions in which it has alliances and is kind of part of the government, right? You just showed us an image of some sort of results. Till? So we should be seeing some sort of results. Alright. I don't know where these are from. I have a background from students anyway. We have some results from the...
Hi.
Hi.
Hablando a lo largo de la noche.
Venga, muchas gracias.
¿Cómo va el escrutinio, Aymar?
Pues con el 27,79% del voto escrutado, el partido...
We have some results from it.
Hi.
Hi.
Venga, muchas gracias.
¿Cómo va el escrutinio, Aymar?
Pues con el 27,79% del voto escrutado, el partido...
So we just changed your background noise, I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Can anyone hear me? I hear it very bad.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi. Hi. Can anyone hear me? I hear it very bad. Yeah, I'm hearing someone. Don't know who.
I hear you, but I'm hearing a horrible noise actually right now.
I hear it very bad. Yeah, I'm hearing someone. Okay.
Okay, can anyone hear me? maybe we can try again in a second. So what I was talking about is we have some results from the elections. I think it's 11.3%, which has been sort of analyzed. And okay, she's back. Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello?
Sylvia, I think you're having some problems with your microphone. Hearing lots of noises.
Sorry, I would try to enter again.
Hello? Can the rest listen to me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, very well. So maybe we could, well, Sylvia is entering again. Maybe we could comment the graphic that we have on the screen. What do you think? This is based on the intention of vote, so it's not the real results. As you can see, Podemos, it was still on the fourth, and now it looks like it will be the second party most voted. But as we can see here, the two new parties, Ciudadanos and Podemos, are the ones that are having more young people voting them. Why do you think that this is happening?
Listen, we have some real results right now. It's 31 already counted, and there are some results that we can comment better than that. No? They are quite interesting, actually.
Okay, maybe someone can look at them and maybe share the image so that everyone can see it, and then we can comment on that, maybe.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, talking about what you were saying about the who votes for each party, it's not only that the young people aged 18 to 25 vote less for the People's Party or the Socialist Party. Like, I saw an article the other day saying that if you don't take into account people that are over 65, People's Party will be the fourth one, and now they are the first one. So I think those elections are really showing the demographic structure of Spain. So it's not only talking about young people, it's really that almost anyone under 65 votes for People's Party. I think that's also important. And yeah, if someone can share the first results.
Regarding what you are saying, Julia, I think that that's a really important point, no? Because as we were saying before, probably we are changing the political system. We are seeing today that the bipartidist system is maybe disappearing, and a new, more pluralist system of parties is entering to the Congress. And that's one of the reasons that explain that. I think that is clearly the age, because the people that is voting now, especially the young, they don't become to the age where we remember the Franquisms, where we remember the transition of 90 the transition from a dictatorship to a democracy, that it happened in 1978. So we are, as we are a new generation, probably a new system of parties, of political parties, is appearing. Can someone, maybe you were saying that we have real results, right? Could you explain which results are you seeing, please?
I don't know how to. Well, I could make a screen capture, but I don't know how to share it in the chat. Well, anyway, what I'm seeing right now is a Popular Party, PP, would have 125. The Socialist Party, PSOE, will have 96. Citizens, Ciudadanos, will have 31. Podemos will have 38. And that's the, I mean, Podemos alone, no? Then we have Podemos with Compromís, which is, I think that's in Valencia, no? They will have 9. In Podemos in Catalonia, in Comú, that's how they are called, will have 12. And Podemos in Galicia, they will have 4. I think that's 38 plus 9 and 12 and 4. That's quite a lot, I think. Let me count just one moment. 38 plus 9, that's 47, and 12, 59, and 4, that's 63. Okay, 63 will have Podemos. The left party, EUP, the left union, will have 2. And then we have here the Esquerra Republicana de Catalunya will have 9. That's a left wings party of Catalonia. The EH Bildu, that's the links party in Baskeland, they will have 2. And the right party of the Baskeland will have 6. The right party of Catalonia will have 9. And this party, which had a lot, or well, some seats in the parliament in other occasions, this Unión Progreso y Democracia will disappear from the parliament. They will have 0. And that's it. No? Then they are all the small parties will have 0 seats in the parliament.
Maybe it's interesting to see from the results that you are seeing that we can also follow them.
I'm seeing it in eldiario.es.
Yeah. Right now we have 32% of the vote that has been already reviewed and validated. So we are talking about the results are not 100% the final ones, so are still provisional results. That's important to point out. And taking the results in hand, we could say that the 2 main parties, Partido Popular and PSOE, the socialist ones, they have 50% of the deputies, but not more than the 50% of the deputies. For me, that's a very important data, taking into account that the regions that usually they have the votes first are not the big cities, are the smaller cities where it's easier to count. So I think that during the night, we will see that these 50% of the votes between that of the deputies that at the moment PP, Conservative Party, and Socialist Party have, it will be reduced during as far as the night is moving forward. But well, so far it's the second force.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it can be a good idea to just comment the difference of the main parties that we can see from the elections in 2011. So, well, for the People's Party, they had 186 deputies, and now, according to the ministry here, the official website, they will have 118. But, well, that's normal, more or less normal, because when they won in 2011, it was like even socialist people were voting for the People's Party because they were like, okay, the Socialist Party in Spain is horrible, so we don't want this anymore. But I think it's more strange, the result of the Socialist Party, because they did, like, I think it was the worst result in all the history. They obtained in 2011 110, and now they will only get 96. So, well, I think the Socialist Party, that was, well, yeah, it's the end of the two-party system, but the big loser in here is the Socialist Party, I think.
I agree with you. I actually think that the main problem that is facing right now the Socialist Party is that two other new parties have arisen, and those are Ciudadanos and Podemos, and both tend to take some of the voters from the Socialist Party. So they are damaging more the Socialists than the People's Party. That's, I would say, one of the things that it's behind those results.
Yeah, I also think that the Socialist Party has a problem that they don't really know where they are in the political spectrum. So they don't know where they are, and citizens, they say, well, I prefer to vote for Podemos if I am more on the left, or for Ciudadanos if I am more to the center or center-right, because at least I have the impression that they know what they're doing. Because the socialists, one day they say one thing, the day after they say another one, so it's... Well, I also think this, I don't know if it was a strategy or what, but it hasn't been a good idea for them.
But now, given these results, I know they are only provisional. We see that the strong bipartitismo might be declining. Do you see any coalition between the Partido Popular and some of the uprising parties?
If I may comment, I think we'll be heading to a very uncertain scenario, because there is practically no possible. Well, there could be some coalitions, but not for the People's Party. The natural alliance, some matter of speaking, would be Ciudadanos, but the amount, as of now, with the 40%, with the 45% of counted votes, they wouldn't be able to reach the 175, I think it was the number of seats they need to get their government. Ciudadanos said they would be abstaining in the voting. I think they would be abstaining in the voting for president if it wasn't their candidate to be proposed, and the number of no votes against the People's Party candidate would make it impossible for Mariano Rajoy to be re-elected, probably, and that's my opinion. And the Socialist Party and Podemos could try to get an alliance, but the distribution of seats is very, very complicated for a stable government or a pact to be reached between parties. There's a risk that maybe we could be heading to another election soon, but well, I think that's too risky to say right now. Maybe we should. I should be waiting to say this until we've got at least 75% of votes counted. But as of now, the scenario seems very open, and I bet that we might be heading for a new election soon.
Okay, strong, and interesting opinion.
May I?
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's there's this possibility of new elections, of course. I think that he, sorry, I forgot your name, but well, you have it's right what you said. Actually, the only quite a stable coalition that I can see here could be the big coalition which was in the mouth from the Popular Party and the Socialist Party in the last month, sometimes not, depending of their interest during the campaign. But the only stable government could be a coalition between the old big two parties, the Popular Party and the Socialist Party. Because the two right parties, as you said, they don't have enough to have the majority in parliament, the Popular Party and Citizens. And on the other side, they could have to do a coalition with a lot of parties. There would be the Podemos, the Socialists, the Left Union, and the Nationalists, which are some of them right, some of them links. And I don't know exactly, I haven't counted it yet. I need some time to do that. But it will be, in every case, a very unstable coalition. I mean, difficult to government with this. I mean, the only stable will be that one, Popular Party and Socialist, and that will be a suicide, a political suicide for the Socialist. It's probably too for the Popular Party. I think nobody wants that that coalition. They will be very disappointed. The people who voted for those two parties, to see them in a coalition, I think it would be very bad for their interests. No?
Yeah, talking about the big coalition, just one thing that you mentioned about the voters. Many people have voted for the Socialist Party, even if they were not like really happy with it, but saying, okay, it's the only possibility to just not have Rajoy again for years. So all those people that maybe will have liked to vote for Izquierda Unida or any of the more left parties, and that have decided to join the Socialist Party just to say, okay, let's go, even if I don't like it, let's go and vote for the Socialist Party. If now they see the big coalition, then they will like never again vote for the Socialist Party. And it's not only about the voters. I also think that many people that are members of the Socialist Party, and that they were already not really happy with what was happening, if the Socialist Party decides to join People's Party, they will also probably say, okay, I don't want to be in this party anymore. So they have said they were not going to do it, but well, it's before the election, you cannot say you will do this. So, but I don't think it will be a good idea.
Yeah, also the Socialists will never accept Rajoy as a ongoing president, because I think that was a problem first time with him again. So they're quite anti-Rajoy. I don't know how that would gonna be working out. Yeah, but now we can see there's also a huge rise in the voting huge rise in the voting participation. So it's about 4% or nearly 4%. So do you think this is the youth that was mobilized?
Well, I personally guess that for some people, these elections have become quite important, since they are the first ones when we have more than two parties that have real chances of winning. So I guess that might have encouraged some people to vote. And well, definitely, if we've seen that the percentage of people that are voting Podemos and Ciudadanos, and in the other graph we saw before, were the youth, the ones that were voting those parties, maybe that could give us a hint, and maybe there are young people that are voting. I guess also that for us, for our mentality, we are not used to the idea of coalitions, so it's going to be pretty interesting, because it's not like in Germany where you can have CDU and SPD and they can do things together. For us, it's kind of unknown, and that will be pretty interesting. And I guess that has made an increase in the participation. Yeah.
Well, I also think that people care about politics when they have problems. Like, if everything is okay, you just don't care, you just don't go to vote, you have better things to do on a Sunday. But really now you say, okay, I have been suffering for 4 years, maybe your father, maybe you know people who are unemployed, you know people who are suffering from this. So, well, you can have any idea about what's the solution for the crisis we are suffering, but you really want to be on it. Like, normally, I really think that the crisis has also had a big impact on people's participation, and obviously also the possibility of voting to more than 2 parties has also had a big impact.
Given that these are only the provisional results, so if anything goes wrong, maybe there might be only one party, who knows? And the Centro of Investigaciones Sociológicas, so the Center of Social Research, I guess it would be in English, found out in their research that what you said, mostly it's the unemployment of the youth, the inequality, the austerity policy, the cutbacks, which is what bothers the people the most. Do you think with a strong opposition it would change, even if the Partido Popular, or yeah, probably the Partido Popular right now, would be alone in the government? Or do you think they would need a partner to kind of change their route, to make them change their route? So, strong opposition, would it be good? Or do you think you need another party in the government for change? Sure, so? Or
Sorry, I haven't understood the question. I think
sorry.
I was right now checking the results, and there's a possible left coalition right now. But please, can you repeat the question?
Of course. Do you think that even if there might be no coalition in the government, a strong opposition in the parliament might also lead to a change in the politics? Or do you think a coalition is the only way to change the strong austerity route in Spain?
Well, when I'm talking about coalition, I'm talking about, in fact, making a government. No, I mean, I think in every country they have to vote a president at least, and that means that there's a coalition, and that's what I'm talking about. Of course, they can a party can try to govern without a steady coalition and voting everything, trying to discuss with, I mean, voting something with a party and something with another party, but that's really unstable. I think the parties will try to make a coalition and to sign a kind of contract of supporting themselves in every voting. No? That's what I mean. But for the change, I think now that there's a possibility of a majority in parliament. So with the results as we right now that we have right now, it could be this 97 of the Socialist, 70 from Podemos, and 9 of the Link Republican Party of Catalonia. That will be 176. That's the half plus 1. So there will be a majority, and they could have as well some other supports from the Link's Left Union, Izquierda Unida, and from Bildu. But at least only 3 parties could do what we call in Spain a tripartito, no? A government with 3 parties could work. I mean, they will have enough to vote everything and to get through all the laws, all the decisions, no. And in this coalition, there will be Podemos with 70 seats, and that's 70 Podemos and 97 PSOE, a bit more, no. So they will have a very strong part of the government. Podemos, they will be in the coalition. They will have a lot to say, no, or a big weight in the decisions of this coalition, no, because they will have a big part of the inside of this coalition. So there will be a possibility for a change, of course, when the things happen in this way that I told you. That's everything politicians. You know?
yeah, definitely a lot of negotiation is need to be made, and I'm pretty sure that this next weeks I'm going to be pretty intense in terms of political negotiation. So I see what you're saying, and it is possible, definitely. And once again, I think that the thing here is that our political culture is quite special, I'd say. So it's going to be interesting to see how it actually comes out and what happens at the end, I'd say.
I think that you mentioned something really important, that is a change probably on the political culture of the political parties. In Spain, we are used also to have big majorities, usually, of the party, and right now we are entering, seeing the results, to a new cycle where a lot of negotiation between the different parties will be needed to guarantee, to make a guarantee of a stable government. I think that that's something important. And also, I would like to emphasize that in Catalonia today, it's important to see that that Podemos, that is the party that was defending, the Spanish party, defending the referendum for Catalonia, won the elections. That's an important news, because it didn't happen in the last Catalan elections. But apart from that, both parties, the left party from Catalonia, that right now is Esquerra Republicana, a Republican government that is pro-independentist, and the right government of Catalonia, the right party that is also pro-independentist, that is Democracia y Llibertat, is a coalition of right parties in Catalonia that they are pro-independence. They will have, both of them, nine deputies, and this can help a lot to both to a right parties coalition in Spain, Ciudadanos plus People's Party, and the Catalan right party, or as you were saying, in the left government, to facilitate the left government with Podemos and PSOE. If it happens, I think that both parties, both Catalan parties, will ask for a change in the constitution, allowing a referendum in Catalonia and a referendum for the independence of Catalonia. So I think that, again, seeing the results of today, is possible that the Catalan and the national and the different regions topic enters in the agenda of the Spanish parliamentary.
Okay, so now with the kind of erosion of the two-party system, with the not new, but with the regional parties, there might be a reinforcing of the region and of the region's independence. If you refresh the page, I don't know if you have it open, I think newer results are coming in, and you can see that the Partido Popular has gained a few seats, and I think the PSOE has lost a few. So right now the People's Party is at 125. I think before it was at 110. Do you think there will be a change for the European politics due to this outcome of more than one party, maybe in the government of Spain? Will it have an impact on the European level?
Nobody wants to say anything. If not, I will say something. But I think that the results of the elections in Spain won't have a big impact at the European level, at least in the European Parliament. What we would love to, even if there's finally there's a coalition of left parties, which at least Podemos, maybe PSOE. Well, PSOE signed this change in the constitution, which was imposed from the European Union. Think of this thing of the respecting the deficit politics. But theoretically, they said that they were going to change that as well. I mean, that's what this coalition would love to do, but I think they can't do it actually. You know? There are laws. I mean, the powers in the EU won't allow that, so these things wouldn't change. No? And well, I really don't think that Spain has that much weight in the European politics. Maybe it could be an example. In Portugal, it won't have won a left wings coalition as well, and it shows a tendency that could have kind of influence in the voting in other countries. But I think that they won't have more influence further than that. That's my opinion.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so we have now here the latest results. I think so, was 58% analyzed. But you said something really interesting, that we have some new parties in Spain, but they're becoming really strong and they aren't extremist as, for example, in France or in Greece, where they also had new parties rising at the horizon. And why is it such a moderate new political party? Like, there's no extreme party. I mean, okay, Podemos is kind of on the left side, that's true, but it's not like the left extreme party, for example, in Greece. Is there a reason behind this, or is it just?
Well, I guess. Sorry.
Go for it.
I was just saying that I'll say that's due to our political history. I'll say, because I think that part of how the political system works now has a lot to do with the past, and I think that all the experience that we have with the dictator had done a lot, so people are really afraid of some parties that will have certain message. That's why we don't have a Front National like in France, or we don't have extreme parties. So I guess people still remember what happened during the dictator. I mean, our grandparents lived that, so there's still this certain like, no, it's not going to happen here, and that has somehow saved us, I'll say. I don't know how you see that.
Well, talking about Podemos, I think they really started as a really extreme party, and they have moderated their speech and everything because they knew it was the only way to really reach power. So they really started with something really extreme because they needed to catch our attention, because if they just had started like they are now, people would say, well, okay, it's like the PSOE. So they just started really in the left, and they started moving slowly to the center, but trying to keep also the voters that they had at the beginning. So it's not that we don't have extreme parties, or especially in the case of Podemos, it's more than those parties say one thing or something else depending on the moment, on the political moment. But well, that's what all the parties do. Also People's Party, Socialist Party, but the thing is, People's Party and Socialist Party, they move from the center right to the center, and from the center to center left. And in the case of Podemos, it's from center left to extreme left, where they're moving.
May I? Thank you. I think this is a very interesting question. I love this question, actually. And what Marta, I think you're called Marta, your name is Marta. What Marta said, that everything is in politics in Spain, it can be explained. No, you were not Marta. Okay, anyway, can be explained because of our history. And this thing that people are afraid of extreme parties, and that, yeah, mostly afraid from left wings extreme parties, of course. No, actually, and it's not that the people are afraid from them; it's that they just disappeared. No, during the dictatorship, they were just exterminated, or they were exiliated in in America and in France, and they were not there. So the culture, the left culture in Spain, almost disappeared. No, that's why this movement from in the political spectrum, from Podemos, from the left until the center. No, that's the strategy that they used, and it's a right strategy from the point of view of getting votes. But and this is a very main point that I wanted to say in this conversation. I was waiting for this question to say it, and that's it. Even if they won, even if they win, the problem to apply left or richness distributing politics or left politics in general. That's what that will be the change, no? Because until now we were with liberal right politics. The problem to apply this politics is that the people in Spain don't want this politics. Actually, under my opinion, no? That's why they have had to moderate their proposals and to let the people vote them, no? Because if they really had plenty left-wing proposals, the people will have been afraid. That's a cultural thing, no? In Spain, and that's why even if they win, they will have problems to apply this politics, because if they do, the people won't vote them in the next elections. No, that's my opinion.
Well, that's good then, that extremist parties didn't have the chance to rise, even though Podemos might have started out as one. I think we have a picture on maybe what will happen with the independence referendum in Catalonia. I don't know if we can show it, because as Soler, oh yeah, okay, here's what's coming. So I know that in the Catalonian elections a couple of weeks ago, they said that they want this referendum, I think, in the next 2 years, that there should be a referendum. And Rajoy firmly denied it and threatened to go along with legal aspects to avoid a referendum in Catalonia. So, okay, I don't know if I got this image right. Do you think this will happen now in this time of change, that there will be a referendum in regions like Catalonia? Or do you think this is not likely? Maybe someone, yeah.
Maybe Chess, you start, and then I continue.
Thank you. Well, I think it mainly depends on how well Esquerra Republicana and Democracia y Libertad play their cards in a possible negotiation with both Podemos and the Socialist Party. The Socialist Party has already said it, that he won't be allowing for a referendum to take place in Catalonia. He was a bit supportive of it, I think, a year ago, but he's changed his mind in last year. Republicana and Democracia y Libertad played their cards well, and with trying to block. Well, it first depends on if Podemos and the Socialist Party can reach an agreement. Maybe Esquerra Republicana de Catalunya and Democracia y Libertad can threaten to block the possible left coalition candidate for the presidency in exchange for the assurance of a referendum. But well, it depends on the negotiation after this election.
As I was saying before, I think due to the results that we are having, where PPs are still going up, but due to the results that we are having, the Catalan parties, both the left and the right, they can have a paper, a role, an important role in the governability of the Spanish government. Also, don't forget that today Podemos is going in a coalition in Catalonia, so 12 of the deputies that will be associated with the Podemos group are deputies that are also defending the referendum for Catalonia. So, as you saw in the last 2-3 years, the Catalan topic rise in the Spanish agenda. The PP had an opinion during 4 years that the referendum was not possible with the current law, and that's absolutely false, because there is a way to make it possible without changing the constitutions. What is not possible today inside of the Spanish constitution is to have an independent state inside of the Spain Union. The constitution should be reformed in order to integrate that when the Catalans, or if the Catalans, vote for independence. So what I think that today, and what I'm seeing from the television and from the Twitter that I'm following right now, is that in Catalonia now there is a new change, a new illusion, in order that we can interfere, we can play a role in the Spanish governability, and in that way maybe we can make possible a referendum according to the independence.
Okay, so the referendum would be made possible, or could be made possible, but the actual independence would require the change of the constitution. All right.
However, something? It's just to emphasize, PSOE, the Socialist Party, was not including in his program a referendum, and this was a really important difference between Podemos and PSOE. So I don't think that the decision and the negotiation regarding this topic is going to be easy. And apart from that, don't forget that in Catalonia we had an elections on the 27th of September, and still we don't have a government. So it depends a lot of the governability of the Catalan region and the Spanish region. These both governabilities will bring us to a referendum or not. But at least now we have a spot to negotiate that.
Joshua, would you like to add something to that?
Yeah. Well, I think there's actually some ways to make a referendum without changing the constitution. There was some proposals from the parties, and it's possible. What it's not possible is the independence. Well, as you said, it's completely forbidden from the article number 8 from the constitution, where they says that Spain is one, and it even gives the responsibility to keep the Spain as one to the army. No? It's the army responsibility of the army. That's quite quite a big door closed. No? And to change the constitution is needed 2/3 parts of the parliament, and that in this moment, with these results that we have that pass through, I think even with the results as the Popular Party, Partido Popular, People's Party, you call it here, that they have, I think they have more than 130 probably, so, or not, 124, 24 they have, no? Yeah, it's more than 130, I think. Yeah, it's more than 130. So it's not possible to have these 2/3 parts, even if all the other parties of the parliament will be agreed to change this point of the constitution, which probably they won't do. No, there are some parties that they won't do, but I think the People's Parties are not. They will never allow that, because we know which background this party have. No, in the beginning, most of the people from the dictator were in this party. Most of them are now dead. The last one, the governor from my region, Manuel Fraga. But well, they are the party of the Franquism. No? So for their people, the first thing, the most important thing is Spain remains as one country. No, I mean they won't never allow that. They have to decline much more, and the other parties, in order that the other parties get these 2/3 parts of the parliament to change the constitution. And well, I think that I really love too that Catalonia will be able to choose and to get independence if they want to. I really actually support the independence of Catalonia, but I think that if the Catalans want that, they have to do it themselves with a unilateral declaration of independence. That's it.
Well, I just wanted to say one last thing about the Catalonian thing.
Okay.
It's true that now the Catalan parties have some power because they can decide if they support one candidate or the other one, but I think it's not as important as I think it was Marta was saying, because at some moment it will be, okay, yeah, you're saying if I don't support your referendum thing, you will not support me, so what do you want? Do you want the other, for example, with Esquerra, the left party, they will say, okay, the Socialist Party will say, okay, you're telling me that if I don't organize a referendum, you will not vote for me, but what do you want? You want People's Party to be governing for more years? So at some moment, I think they can put enough pressure on them to like not forget the referendum, but say, okay, maybe in 2 years, maybe we will see, you know, some kind of agreement that means nothing. So I really think at the end there will not be a referendum in the next 4 years, but well, obviously we will see.
Well, as you say, we will see. What is clear is in the Catalan elections, all the parties, they are asking for a referendum in 2 years. It's true that Pablo Iglesias of Podemos didn't say that the referendum will happen in the next 2 years, but it will happen. As we said, we are entering into a new era of a new political culture inside of the Spanish political parties. Negotiation will be a basis, and what I'm sure is that, and what I want to emphasize is today, some of the Catalan parties decide not to run in the Spanish elections. One of them is really pro-independentist party. If Spaniards continue ignoring the Catalan claims, it's probable that in the next elections, even the Catalan parties will not feel attractive to participate in this project. So from a federal point of view, I think that it's important to emphasize this negotiation between both parts, and well, basically this was my point.
Okay. Here we have a quote from Astrid Barrier from the University of Valencia, where independence has had a polarizing effect on voting in Catalonia. I can't read everything, I'm sorry. Actually, what I wanted to ask is, I think this is really interesting that there will be some sort of role of negotiation for the Catalans to maybe get their referendum and maybe overcome the obstacles they had before. But I would like now to take a final look at the results from the elections, and would like to ask each one of you to maybe just make a short outview on what you think will be the result, or what you're hoping for, what will be the outcome. Because, as you said before, it kind of changes every now and then. So the Partido Popular, I don't know if you can all see it, is right now at 123 seats, or diputados. And the PSOE, the Social Democrats, at 92, and Podemos stays at 41, Ciudadanos at 38, and so on. So it's kind of just varying a little bit right now. So we won't have the final results during our discussion, but would you like to give some sort of conclusion in your own words to that? Or what do you expect for the end of the night?
I personally expect not a clear winner, and I think it will be a good thing, because it will be a way of provoking or helping to get this consensus democracy that you have, that other countries are more used to, and I'd say that can really help to change a little bit our political system. I guess that the whole Spanish population is a little bit tired of always the same thing. So I guess it will be possible, and it will be pretty good in general terms for the whole population to have a little bit more of discussion, of negotiation, because like that we have more variety, and that's actually what we need, because we're right and we need those differences to be expressed in the parliament and in the government. So I guess that will be really positive, and that's my hope and my vision.
Okay, maybe Cesc. All right, right now we have actually the graphic image. No, it doesn't work. Cesc, would you like to share your view?
Yes, I think the clear, first and clear and most clear thing we can extract from the results are that we are moving to a new age in parliamentary Spanish politics, in which parties will be forced to negotiate, to reach agreements. The time of absolute majorities, of enforcing the largest party's policies is over. Lately we've been in a scenario in which there is no winner in an election, but who loses the less. It's been the case right now, and it's going to be probably the first time in Spanish history, after the Franco's dictatorship, that the largest party will not be able to govern, to get the presidency of the government, even with the margin of seats before the second party. We've got a very strong alternative left, because it's not to be forgotten that Podemos doesn't only have the 41 seats which are now on the screen, but there's also the 12 seats from En Comú Podem, the alliance they made in Catalonia, the 9 seats of Compromís Podemos in the Valencian country, and 6 seats from En Marea in Galicia. They're not exclusively from Podemos, but they are to be counted on their side, not part of Podemos, but on their side. They have a very strong. They'll have a very strong say in the next government, and I think that's the conclusions we can have from the scenario we've got right now. There will be very important changes, maybe not structural, but at least in general policy.
Okay, so strong left and change is good. Okay, Marta, would you like to share your comments?
Yes, sure. Basically, my comments on the results today, I would say, first of all, there is a clear political change on the Spanish political system. The change that was said, it became real. From my point of view, I think that there is a winner at the moment. This winner is Partido Popular, the People's Party, the conservative government that was in the government right now, that did the cuts, and that is a party also associated with corruption. But even with all these topics, they was the party with more votes and that's the reason that for me they are the winner of tonight. But I think that they have a bitter, I will call that a bitter defeat, because what is possible that happen in the next months, after a lot of negotiations, is that other coalitions, probably a left-wing coalitions, can arrive in the government. And also, as I said before, with this new possible government from the left coalition, this can make easier that the claims that the Catalan people is doing, they have the chance to doing the referendum. And apart from that, I think that from an European point of view, it's important to see that the current system of this, especially the current political party that is the Social Democrats, the PSOE, is not working very well. It's not taking really good results as they used to do in the 80s. So probably the Social Democrat policies should be rethinked, because in Portugal they are not getting the votes that they used to have. We saw what happened in Greece. So at least in the south of Spain, it looks like the solutions given by the Social Democrats are not enough for the lefty people. So from an European point of view, this will be my reflection.
Okay, thank you. It was really interesting also as a European point of view to take that in. And Julia, would you like to comment?
So, well, I think the first thing we can say, obviously, is that there is a change in Spanish politics. And, well, you said that the winner was a People's Party. I don't agree. I heard someone saying the other day that the winner of an election is not the one that is the most voted, but the one that can form a government. And I really think there is no winner here because, well, I am maybe too pessimistic, but I think they will not be able to form a government, and we will have elections again, because obviously the People's Party will not be able to be in government, as all the other parties except Ciudadanos will go against them. But I think that there are too many other parties to be able to reach an agreement, because they all have really different points of view in many different aspects. So my conclusion will be, see you again in 3 months for the comment on the next elections in Spain.
Okay. Schuster, do you think this is possible that we will be seeing each other again soon? Will there be a stable coalition or party?
I think I agree with what my mate here said. I think it's really difficult to form a government with these results. In the last moment, as I said, that there was a three-parties coalition on the left side possible. The results were others. Now it changed with all the votes were counted, or not all. And at this percent, I think we are the 75. But well, right now they won't change that much more until all the votes are counted. And with these results, I think I was counting right now the congressmen, and maybe it could be possible in coalition between Socialists, Podemos, both of the Catalan parties, and the Union of the Left, and maybe they reach this 176. But well, there will be just the majority for one seat or two maybe, and with 5 or 6 parties in the coalition, that will be really, really difficult, no? Because any of these small represented parties could make the government fall, just voting no to something, even if they don't have, they only have 2 seats or so. So, and they probably will do. I mean, it will be really difficult to make an agreement between all these parties, and probably there will be again elections in the next months. And the last thing that I wanted to say as my comment for these elections is that there's a change, of course, in the distribution of parties. The end of this two parties system has happened finally, whereas all the analysts have said in the last months that these elections will sign the end of this two-party system. Now we have a four-party system. Okay, that's a point, a four-party system, and well, I hope really that Podemos can. Even maybe after a new elections, or if they succeed to make a coalition right now with these results, if they can have an influence in the new government and make the politics that our country needs, because well, with this moderating opinions or changes that they had to make to get all these votes from people even from the right or from the socialist, social democrats, I'm not that sure if they are going to do really politics of the left. And the party that will have done it, which is the Union of the Left, had experienced a big fall from 9 deputies to only 2. That's a very bad result for them, and yeah, that's the bad part of this day for me, in my opinion, of course.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So we have now, I think, one of the recent results here, and as you said, it will be quite interesting because the People's Party won't have the absolute majority. So, as you said, the coalition or some negotiations will be needed, and this one might be really interesting. It's also interesting to hear that every one of you said, okay, this is good, change is good, to break up the old two-party system. And who knows, maybe we will see in the next few days if they will be able to form a strong government, stable government, not one which only has like one seat of difference and might be crushing sometime soon, because otherwise we might be seeing each other soon again if we have new elections, as some of you predicted. So with that, I like to thank you for participating, and I will stay up and will continue to watch a little bit about the elections, and I guess you will be too. And we will see in the next days how it's going for Spain. But thank you a lot for your input, and I hope that there will be a change which is good for your country.
Thank you so much to you for organizing.